this is going to be episode number 17 of the TheHapaPodcast, 1-7. And so today, I've been having problems, like, kind of sticking to topics. I don't really want to go off on, like, a rant or, like, some other kind of high rabbit hole down some other topic than the main ones I've been talking about. So I wrote some stuff down. My main topic for this podcast is, why do people say TV rots your brain? I don't know, you like I'd always hear that as a kid. Oh, don't watch too much TV, it's gonna rot your brain. You don't learn anything from TV. They call it the boob tube. They'll make you stupid, like a boob. Like from Drake and Josh, how Megan calls Drake and Josh boobs. But it's like, TV is actually pretty informational when you think about it, because there's like the History Channel, if you want to learn history. There's Discovery Channel, if you'd like to discover. Animal Planet for animals. There's Viceland for like all kinds of random shit. They have a show on Viceland. It's like that cooking show, Chopped, how they do rounds and they have these mystery ingredients, but they do it with weed. It's pretty cool. They have Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. You have all kinds of stuff on television. The point is that television doesn't rot your brain. It educates your brain. It improves your brain. Now, of course, like with anything, if you use it too much, it can obviously have a negative effect. If you sit in front of it like an inch away, like, you know, yeah, it's probably gonna rot your fucking brain and probably burn your eyes out. You might as well just look at the sun. Don't do that. But I say this because it's like, for instance, okay, The Simpsons is I think the longest running animated show in TV history, and after it got worse. So like, you know, past season 16, it just took a nosedive into shit. And so one of the episodes they covered, though, in one of those nosedives to shit parts of their run, was this episode about 10 years ago on fracking. And I'm gonna read my notes here. So what is fracking, you ask? Robert, what is fracking? Fracking, or hydraulic fracture, from selectra.co.uk, fracking or hydraulic fracturing, the process from which the name derives, is an unconventional extraction method used to release fossil fuel, and in parentheses, oil and natural gas, deposits from deep within the Earth's surface. So how does fracking work? Fracking relies on immense drilling operations to reach sedimentary rock formations called shale, and high-pressure water pumps to release oil and natural gas trapped inside. So they're basically using these giant, like what you would see like on the oil rigs or something like that. It's like a giant pole, you know, metal around it. Great description, right? And they drill into the water, into the ground. They mix up the earth, so the rock and the water, and then they infuse gas. So you're infusing gas. That doesn't seem very safe. Well, it's probably not. In fact, fracking isn't safe at all. In fact, it's like, bro, what are we doing with fracking? I mean, it not only pollutes the water system, like in the area, it pollutes the water table. So you'll have something like Flint, Michigan, where people can't even drink their sink water without, you know, probably needing to go to the hospital because they're gonna fucking die. It just obliterates the water table. It sinks the water for areas all around where you're fracking. It can explode. Oh, holy shit, wait, you're infusing gas and fuel into the earth. It just comes out, right? Oh, you would think, but no, we're gonna push it back in. And yeah, so that can explode, kill people, and things around that area. So what happens if one of those does explode? Is there gonna be pollution or something? Well, no. The pollution, there isn't much pollution for fracking. Are you kidding? Do you know how many carcinogens and shit goes up into the air from fracking? That's fucking ridiculous. And the reason why I bring this up is because it relates to the presidential debate last night. Trump and Biden are both going, no, we do approve fracking. It's like, bro, wait, so Trump approves fossil fuels, Biden doesn't approve fossil fuels, okay. But you both approve fracking. How does that make any sense? Oh, well, you know, we want to get the air cleaner. Yeah, you know, it sends it up into to the air, carcinogens into the air. And Biden's response is, well, we're going to capture the carcinogens in there with a device, kind of like the mask you'd wear over your face, or what we call a face diaper. And that way you don't get COVID, you don't get the carcinogens mixed in there. I don't know, that kind of sounded almost like Texan. But yeah, it's like, bro, how are you going to capture those carcinogens? And then what happens if it explodes? What are you doing to the water table? There's so many long-term effects that's like ridiculous that these people are saying they want to protect the environment, but you're approving fracking. Fuck, bro, we honestly should just go back to coal then. It's like, if we're really just going to be that careless with everything, I mean, fuck it, bro. Like, let's burn trash. I'm not saying to. I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, if we're doing all this and we're saying, well, we care about the environment, that's like, okay, I'm going to go outside and start it. That'd be like saying, go outside, start a dumpster fire, and, open the environment. No, you're not. You're stupid. Stupid people in this fucking presidential debate. Whoever wins this is stupid. Both Trump and Biden are terrible. Looking at Biden up there, he's like looking around all lucid. He isn't there. It looks like he got clipped in a fight, and he's just kind of like on like baby deer legs, like, ugh. He doesn't know where he's at. And it's like, Trump is just, oh god, he's so terrible. I mean, at least he's upfront about being a liar and a terrible person, but it's like, god. It's just like, to a point, it's like, wow, you really are like a supervillain. You could be a James Bond villain, except they would have better hair. They don't have hair, which is better hair than Donald Trump's hair. I mean, it's a little wisp on top of his head. It looks like if you were like really trying to save money and you had like a piece of toilet paper, right? A little square. Can you spare a square? But then you split that square in half, so it's like a half a sheet, and then you like spit on it, and then stuck it on his head. That would be like his hair, but then I guess you'd have to paint it like a dirty strawberry blonde. So anyways, fracking is dangerous, and I feel like television, I'm going back to my notes again, it's like television helps you understand. You can watch all kinds of different networks. I'm not saying that people don't censor the networks. They obviously do that on the major news stations, but it's like, you can watch cartoons, you could watch BET, you could watch MTV, you could watch Vice, you could watch Bravo, you could watch E, you could watch the fucking Food Network. I mean, it's like, bro, there's so many different things where you can learn all these different things, or maybe, if not learn, but at least introduce yourself to those different things. And that allows you to maybe have a more open mind, or I would hope, at least for me, it's allowed me to have a more open mind to others, because it's like, you see all these different things and you realize nobody is the fucking same. Just because you're, say, a homeless person, or the doctor, or maybe a president. You're still a person. It doesn't matter. A social status is what we, as a society, have constructed to decide who is above and who is below based on certain things that decide whether you are, quote, wealthy or poor. It's like, I don't know. They're all human beings. And that's the problem, is because that's been going on for so long and so ingrained into our society. It's grandfathered in, basically, and by law. And it's ridiculous. For a long time, they put down the Asians, the blacks, the Mexican, or the Hispanics, all kinds of other ethnicities, especially the natives, Native Americans. And it's kind of like, bro, they've been put down so much that it's like, oh, okay, oh, well, this is how it is then. Oh, well, huh. And you just start to kind of close yourself off, and you don't open yourself up to those, and you just start to see people as, well, because they have this sort of status, they must be a good person. Oh, those are good people. They have wealth or something like that. And you would see someone else and you go, oh, well, they're worse off than me, so really, oh, well, could they be doing? And it's kind of like, no, bro, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. Everyone's a human. Everyone's different. And, yeah, I think generalizations and stereotypes, while used in a joke form and not meant to intend any harm or offense, it's like, yeah, bro, they're fucking terrible stereotypes and generalizations. It's pretty fucking wild. I was finishing the Bruce Lee documentary, Be Water, and he's talking about how Bruce Lee, probably the most famous Asian actor ever, and he died like 40 years ago, still the most famous. And when he came over to America after he left Hong Kong and he's acting and stuff, all these guys would just be like, oh, look at this 5'7" Asian guy. Oh, he's skinny, huh? Oh, what do you do, Bruce? And he goes, I do a kung fu. And he goes, oh, okay, Bruce. And so what is this karate? And it's like, oh my god. Bro, he literally just said kung fu. Is the same vowel even in the fucking first part of the word you just said? No. You fucking idiot. And they go, oh, so what do you do, Bruce? Do you just, and I'm just joking here, what do you do? Play patty cake with your hands and go play footsies with your other little Asian boyfriends? And it's like, no, he doesn't, bro. He fucking fights and he'd beat the shit out of you guys. But he's Bruce Lee and he don't do that shit, like, you know, to civilians. Only people in movies and competition. But it's ridiculous because of all these things, it's like it's put people back, and yet now in today's day and age, it's like almost seen as, well, everyone's trying to hop in on, oh, well, they did this. Well, yeah, because people are fucking sick and tired of it. And now there's social media. There's all these different news networks and TV stations, all these different things, all these ways to access new types of media, to expand your knowledge, expand your perspective, expand from what you thought you knew and move into a whole complete new universe of what you now know and what you might know and what you will know and all these different options. It's all these crazy things that it's like, I feel to have such a closed off mind is just dangerous. So, I don't know, it bounces really back to why people say television is stupid, and I just go, bruh, it doesn't rot your brain. It educates you, comforts you. I mean, for me, it comforts the fuck out of me, for me, is because, I didn't think that made sense. Like when I was a kid, like, you know, after my parents got divorced and shit, my mom, like, we'd have 2 TVs in the house. There'd be one in like our, like, kind of side living room and then one in the living room. And, she'd always go, why don't you go off and watch TV? Why are you sitting here with me? You know there's another TV. Go watch TV. And it's like, I'm not trying to talk shit or nothing, but it'd be like, oh, okay. And so I always kind of just took it from there as like, okay, well, when I'm alone or something, I can just go watch TV. And it's like, I don't feel alone anymore. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel sad, scared, nothing. It's like, bro, I feel safe. So it's like a security blanket. Television is like, so I feel like through that, an example would be Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's a pretty big stand-up comic. He's on ABC. Has his own show and everything. Used to date Sarah Silverman, who was a fox. And like he would just say as a kid, he would just watch all the TV shows. He'd just watch hours and hours of television, endless. And I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying, look what it did for him. See, everyone's different. Maybe it'll work for someone. Maybe it won't. Maybe it worked for Jimmy. It did work for Jimmy. So what I'm saying is everyone's different. And I think to just be like, no, to something as broad as television, it's kind of like, wow, I'm good. I don't really want to hang out with those people. I don't want that energy. I'd rather just keep it chill and just go out on about my day. And I'm thinking like, so have you guys ever, I don't know, it's weird with memories. So it's weird how like you remember things a certain way, and it's like you can almost remember it picture perfect, hear its sounds and everything around you. And I feel like I do that a lot with voices. Is like I can remember a voice, like I remember in high school I had, he was my first high school teacher ever. First period, freshman year, I had drama 1 with Mr. Abels at my high school. And I remember I'd always go, oh, hey, Mr. Abels, and he'd always go, and sound just like this, go, hello, Robert. And it sounds like from that tone he wouldn't be excited, but I'm sure inside he was jumping with joy to see me. And it'd be like, cool, and you'd always just see all these teachers, and it's just like, just remembering voices and things. Like, it's almost like the movie Lion King, how Mufasa is talking to Simba, and he's like, in, you know, his James Earl Jones voice, Mufasa, or Simba, you must go to the Pride Lands, or somewhere like that. But you know what I mean? It's like, and then you remember that, or like James Earl Jones is also Darth Vader. So when you hear that, like, Luke, I am your father, it's like, oh shit, bro, like, oh, okay, I can hear it in my head. And then from there, it's like, interesting, because I feel like during this whole COVID lockdown, I've been thinking more about like, oh shit, what was life like before COVID? What was life like before lockdown? And I just kind of have all these memories flooding in, and I just kind of sit back and I think and I go, shit, bro, the world is full of crazy, not all crazy, some crazy, maybe most, but interesting people, and everyone's different. And it's kind of like, no matter who you meet or who you've met before, it's like there's so many other cool people out there, and it's like, it's pretty exciting. So I'm really excited to get off this lockdown because it's like, bruh, actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, people suck sometimes. Like driving, like even driving around, like, I don't drive, I get driven around. But it's kind of like seeing other drivers and you're like, fuck, bro, like, y'all are stupid. Because it's like, what was it? The other day I was going to, I think the zoo? Maybe it was McDonald's? I don't know. And this lady was just in the turn lane and it was like, bro, the other cars were going across and she just goes, boop, and it's like, bro, what the fuck? Are you drunk? Are you high? If you are, I mean, shouldn't be driving, but good for you. I mean, but damn, that's dangerous. And it's just kind of crazy. And I go, fuck, I really don't want to drive. I feel like driving is such a pain. Especially, it's wild because they used to tell you don't get in the car with strangers, stranger danger. Don't accept shit from people. If they tell you they have Disneyland tickets or candy, they don't probably have it unless they show it to you. Because then I'd be like, wow, you actually have the Disneyland tickets? Fuck, all right, slide open that door. I'll get back in the, I'll hop in the back of your windowless van. It's like, all right, cool. No, but, and it's just crazy now because like with Uber and shit like that, you drive around using it. That whole stranger danger thing goes out the fucking window. And it's just kind of crazy to see the driving and all this. And California soon is going to pass a law where it's like you got to have all electric vehicles, no fuel emissions in your vehicles or reduced fuel emissions. And it's going to be wild. I'm excited. 2020 is still not over yet. Presidential elections coming up. America's going to be interesting. Hopefully Japan will let me, I don't know, maybe go over there. Find another citizenship in Japan. They won't let me into Canada. Fucking not going to Mexico, bro. That place is cartel war zone land. And so the only other option, seek asylum in Japan. And I figure I'll do it like this. You know, I'll just be like, hey, my great-grandparents came over. Pretty sure that's got to count for something. And they'll be like, no. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Could you say it in English? And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, ah, shit. Okay, fine. And so, you know, but maybe I could go over there. I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to go over there and even teach English. English is such an easy language. I don't know how people struggle with their theirs and yours and your and you are. And it's like, bruh, like you are really stupid. Is this thing going? Alright, I'm going to end it right there. Okay. Episode 17, TheHapaPodcast, new Baking with Buddha, gonna be filmed tomorrow night, probably won't be uploaded till Sunday, but I'm gonna have Cousin Tyler on, we're gonna be making s'mores, some more of what you ask, some more s'mores,